So where does our creativity come from? The ideas, the style, the essence. I would say there's 3 areas that we generate creativity from. And I would have to say the first one is our inspired experiences. So we usually generate creative ideas or creative inspirations when we're experiencing new experiences. You know, when we're going somewhere that is inspiring us, or we're seeing something that is inspiring us, it allows us to tap into our creative space. It allows our brain to get churning and coming up with our own ideas. You know, sometimes I can watch Shark Tank and see a lot of these ideas that people are trying to pitch to these investors. And then sometimes when I'm watching this, my mind gets to turning and, you know, coming up with its own ideas like, what could I think of that would, you know, maybe spark the interest of, you know, a successful investor. You know, so it's certain things that trigger us, and experiences are a common trigger for most of us to tap into our creative space. And I usually get creative when I travel to different cities, when I'm going to places and I'm learning about the history of the place. I start to get inspired. I start to thinking about creating, you know, so I'm always looking at creating a new video. What is my next video going to be? So subconsciously, I just go throughout the world thinking of new video ideas, you know, so I'm also that same way when it comes to entrepreneurship. Because I'm so entrepreneurial, I'll go out in the world and, you know, think of ideas that'll fix a problem. You know, I'm thinking of, what can I do to solve this problem? I'm thinking of solutions. I'm thinking of a product that will solve something that I'm seeing that's an issue. So I take that same mindset towards my creative space. I'm also approaching the world with open eyes and open ears so that things may flow to me and, you know, stimulate my my creative space. So for me, number 1 is experiences. You must change what you're seeing every day. You need to go out and experience new things in order to gain a new perspective on life, to start to see life in a different view maybe than you've been seeing it before. And when you start to see something new or experience something new, it allows you to become more creative. It allows your creative ability to come out. So experiences are number 1. I would say number 2 is environment. We have to, you know, learn to change up our environment. Typically when you are buying a home or you're renting an apartment, you typically are going to change that apartment into a space that uniquely identifies you. You know, you're going to put things in a certain way. You're going to put a bookshelf here. You're going to put your TV right here, or you're going to hang it on the wall, or you're going to fill your apartment with a ton of plants. You're going to fill your home with a ton of plants. You're going to do things to that home that are an imprint of you, that allows you to express yourself creatively. And, you know, that creative space may work for a while. You know, your room may be set up with the right lights that you love that allows you to tap into that creative space. But after a while, that environment may not work for your creative ability anymore. You may get to a point where like you're seeing a creative block, almost similar to a writer's block, to where they can't think. They can't think of anything to write down. They can't find a way to push the story forward. So you may reach a creative block because the environment that you're in no longer brings out that creative expression from you. So sometimes you may need to change up your environment, switch things around, bring in new plants, Do things differently. Maybe light candles, maybe meditate before you're going to start trying to be creative and, writing, or creative and video producing. So content producing. So, change up your environment, because your environment also plays a big role in the stimulating of your creative ability. Everything plays a part. Your experiences play a part. Your environment play a part. So you want to find spaces that allows your creative expression to thrive. I'll give you a perfect example. I choose to buy free range eggs because those eggs come from hens that have been able to roam around, that have been able to, enjoy life, express themselves without being constrained, not having the stress of being caged, not having the stress of being, bunched up together with a ton of other hens. So I want the free range hens that have been able to spread out, been able to, live life so that they produce better, healthier eggs. Because hens that have been allowed to roam free and express themselves in a stress-free environment, they have been known to produce better eggs than, hens that have been caged. Their eggs typically have a third, less of the cholesterol of other eggs. They're also known to have half the saturated fat, 2 times more the omegas, and their eggs are typically bigger. They're larger eggs. So that's why you typically pay a premium on free range eggs from hens that have been able to roam freely, because the eggs are typically better. And that's how you need to approach your creative space. You need to put yourself in an environment that's going to reproduce, that's going to produce, great creative expression from you, that's going to bring the most out of you, that's going to bring the best out of you, as a hen is producing that perfect egg. So I hope that kind of helps you understand the importance of the environment that you set for yourself when you're trying to become more creative. And third, I would have to say, is just realizing that you're a creative, just realizing that you're an artist. And a lot of people need validation to be able to say what they are and what they aren't. Just because people aren't watching your videos, or people are not appreciating your art today, does not mean later down the road they won't appreciate it. It only takes one painting, it only takes one video for your career to take off, or your creative expression to take off. So understand that you're an artist already. Continue to understand that and keep that confidence in you, and understand that you don't need validation from anybody that determine whether you're a good artist or you're a good creative. Give it time. Continue to learn how to develop your skills, harness that creative energy, and express it in a way that, people understand you in a different light, or people are just drawn in. So focus on that. Focus on the process. And before you know it, people will recognize your art. People will recognize your creative expression, your creative ability, because your creative expression is different than the next person. And people are going to love you for your uniqueness and how you choose to creatively express yourself. So have that trust and belief in yourself. It's like Ali, he said he was the greatest. He said, I'm the greatest before I knew I was. So you have to have that confidence, and you have to know that this is what you're doing, this is what you're good at, and you're going to continue to develop those skills to become great. So from 1, 2, and 3, I would say it's experiences, trying to gain new experiences that are going to, that are going to bring light to your creative stimuli, that's going to get things, moving and bubbling inside, and ideas flowing to your mind. Allow experiences to do that for you. Go places with open eyes and open ears, and trying to learn and trying to see new things without any judgments, and allowing your creative ability to take in that energy and take in that inspiration to create something from it. And number two, I would say, is environment. Make sure that you're in an environment that's going to allow you to produce, an environment that's going to pull the best out of you, in a comfortable space, a relaxed space, a space where you can get the thinking and you can get the vibing and getting, those creative juices going. And I would say third is to make sure that you stay confident in yourself and understanding that you're an artist and that you're creative. And just because you're creative sometimes and then other times you feel like you can't think of anything, that's okay. We're all going to run into some type of creative block or writer's block, so it's just being able to get yourself out of that rut and get back to being creative, get back to being who you are. And whenever you're feeling like you're getting in a rut, or, you're reaching some type of wall, go somewhere, travel, take a few days off, get inspired again. Allow things to inspire you again. Allow things to touch your creative soul again. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to bring to the table today, was how to find creative expression, how to, generate that for yourself and being able to sustain it. But I hope I brought some type of valuable content to you guys today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.